Hi, it's the Irish Gypsy here to give you your June 2016 mid-month readings. I am still using the Gilded Tarot deck, and I will still be doing the same 8-card spread with an additional ninth card to represent your overall energy and feeling over the reading, even though we are looking at more at the last half of June rather than the month entire. I'm still sticking with the same spread to give as definitive and whole a picture ahead as possible. But of course, these are just general readings. They will not apply or resonate the same with everyone who watches because there's so many of you watching with so many different backgrounds and stories and diversities. So make sure to check your rising and your moon sign as well, and any other tarot readers that you may happen to follow too, because some months and some readers, may resonate more predictably for you than others. It's about you getting what you need at the end of the day. So, again, check your rising and your moon sign as well. Thank you to those of you who continue to watch and listen and subscribe to my channel. I love seeing the family growing on a daily basis, and thank you so much for your love and support and feedback. As I always say, please keep the comments coming, particularly for those for whom the readings resonate, because I like to see how that plays out for people. Both the comments that you post on my YouTube videos themselves and the ones you send via email. I enjoy reading them very much, and I do read all of them, even though I, of course, don't have time to respond to all of them. And if any of you are interested in a personal one-on-one reading, you can click on the About sign on my channel's homepage, and that will give you a little more detail and information about myself, the services I offer, and my contact information, which is Maggie, the number 1, McGuire@gmail.com. Send me an email. I would be delighted to work with you. I do readings full time, so I'm pretty good about getting back with you quickly and scheduling a reading in as timely a fashion as possible. My current turnaround time is really anywhere between 1 and 4 or 5 or 6 days, but almost always within a week. So let's move right along into this reading. This is for Pisces for June 2016 mid-month. Pisces. Mercurial, fluid, watery Pisces. What does the remainder of June hold for the fish? Pisces. I always get this picture of a little silverfish flitting around when it comes to you, Pisces, darting here and there. The Mercurial Dreamers. Pisces, June 2016, mid-month. What does the rest of June, this beautiful summer month of June, hold for you, Pisces? June 2016, mid-month. Okay. We begin with the Death Transformation card, followed by the Queen of Cups. There you are. The Emperor, followed by the Six of Pentacles. The Ace of Pentacles, followed by the Queen of Swords. And the Ten of Wands, followed by the King of Pentacles. Lots of people. And energy from the bottom of the deck is the Fool. New beginnings. Wow. All right, Pisces, let's just take a look and see what comes through. Strong theme of transformation and new beginnings for sure. You've got the Fool card, which is the ultimate new beginnings, crowning your reading. You have Death, which is transformation, utter transformation. You have the Ace of Pentacles, tangible, visible new beginnings, new paths. I feel too, because you've got 1, 2, 3 Pentacles cards, 1 Cup, 1 Swords, and 1 Wands. This is mostly probably based more in your physical, material, financial, tangible world. So let's begin, Pisces. We find ourselves at the middle of June 2016, although I'm actually recording this on the 8th, so it's just time being fluid, of course. Now moving on. We have the major arcana card of death, which is transformation, paired with the Queen of Cups, which I'm feeling right off the bat is your lovely watery energy. Male or female, it has shown up as a queen, which shows a slightly more nurturing, kind of caretaking and a supportive energy. But of course, being a general reading, the gender specificity I look at, I pay more attention to in personal readings than I do in general, so it can play out either way. So, death transformation. This is major arcana, fingers of the divine who are coming in. Let's see, we have one, two, three major arcana. So some pretty significant changes, transformation of something, and it looks like I'm feeling like it's something to do with your, I'm getting job loudest of all, job, physical, material world. It does look like you're going to have some help and support though. Death transformation. This represents utter transformation and then rebirth because, again, there's a strong theme of new paths, new beginnings. And in order for that to happen, of course, something has to end. And I feel like, especially since we started right off the bat with the death transformation card, bang, I feel like this is something already in process. I feel like this has been in process for you for some time, Pisces. Now, this would this would represent to a large degree, I almost want to say events that are not out of your control. We always have a choice and a decision on how we deal with things that come our way. But death or transformation is a card because it's major arcana. It does represent those divine energies coming in to transform something. And it's going to be up to you how you walk through it. Perspective, I think, being key to understanding and utilizing the energies of the death card and cards like death and the wheel and the tower as well, is understanding that life is cyclical, that everything has a beginning, a middle, and an end, and the wheel of life is constantly turning. And looking at what comes into our life that's transformational, and it does look like the majority of June is going to be transformational for you. The key is to embrace it. Even if there's certain aspects of it that feel uncomfortable, sometimes death throes and birth pains can be a little uncomfortable sometimes, but it's all for your greater good. And the key is to have that perspective so that you can move through it as easily and quickly as possible. But it does look like there's going to be a pretty significant transformation and life shift in your life in the month of June, Pisces. And I feel like it's for a lot of you, it's going to be your job, your financial structure and base and foundation. And it's you, and I think there's going to be it feels like it's on an internal, very personal level too. And I feel like it might be in terms of how you actually look at money. And for some of you, this is how to utilize money in a better way. And this is also going to represent new beginnings, tangible new beginnings. I feel like some of you are actually starting a new job or beginning. I feel like some of you are starting your own business, you're starting your own enterprise, and I feel like you're partnering with at least one other person, possibly more, or joining companies together to either begin something new or take something already established in a new direction. But very transformative for you right off the bat. We have that death card paired with the Queen of Cups, which I'm reading as your energy specifically, although this could also be somebody else in your sphere. The Queen of Cups. Cups is governed by the element of water, so it's all about that watery, mercurial, fluid world of emotions and feelings, which you're well adjusted to. It's your element, Pisces, as a water sign. And queens and kings represent people and energies who've reached the culmination, the mastery of their suit. Queens being the feminine counterpoint to kings and their equal. Queens are the more feminine aspect of the energy, the more nurturing, caretaking, kind of growing and making sure something is nurtured and supported in the way that it needs to be to achieve its full fruition, to achieve the full manifestation of what it's intended to be. And court cards, they begin with pages who birth the idea, they conceive the idea. They're all about the excitement of it, that new puppy kind of excitement about it. And the knights take that idea and they begin to, because they come charging in, they begin to put action and visible outward manifestation of that idea to begin to bring it to life. And then the queens nurture it and feed it and take care of it so that it could grow to the proper fruition. And kings have that more, okay, let's look at all the details. Did anything get left out? Let's put it all together and refine it. So the Queen of Cups is, she's the queen of her suit, which is the suit of cups. So this is a very she's a very emotional person, but not in an uncontrolled way. She's a queen. She's reached the mastery pursuit. She's very in tune, in touch, but grounded in her own emotions. This is somebody very loving, very nurturing, very caretaking, very supportive, always knows the right thing to say, a very good source of support, great wife, great mother, great friend, etc. Also very spiritual and very intuitive and very open too. So especially paired with the death transformation card, Pisces. Open yourself up to whatever is transforming and beginning new, whatever changes there are, embrace them, be very open to them, trust your own intuition and guidance. Don't get too caught up in fear of anything new because, again, if you're starting your own business and new venture, there's always a ton of little details. Things can, get hung up or delayed, although I'm not really seeing any major blocks. It does look like a lot of work, but it looks like you're at the tail end, the culmination of a large body of work or something you've been investing in. And it looks like this month is a month where everything actually comes together and begins. So don't be afraid of that transformation. It does look to be significant, but it looks very positive to new beginnings. Be open, trust your intuition. Yeah. So right next to that, we have the Emperor, followed by the Six of Pentacles. So, and I wanted to point out too that this could also be somebody else in your sphere with you on this journey or being a good source of support with you who's also another water sign or strongly manifests the character traits of this Queen of Cups. And it would be another Pisces or Scorpio or uh, I just totally took a blank on that. Cancer, Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio, another water sign. So the Emperor, another major arcana card, the Emperor. And I actually feel like for a lot of you, maybe even for the majority of you, this is also resonating as another person in your life in this venture. This is the Emperor. He's actually a step up from the Kings. Kings have a big enough job in and of themselves. They have to rule an entire kingdom. And ideally, they rule from a place of wisdom and compassion because they know that every single decision they make needs to be thought out and weighed carefully because it has an effect on a lot of different people in the entire kingdom. The emperor has an even bigger job. He has a collection of kingdoms, an entire empire to run. And this would be somebody he's a ruler. He's very methodical, very thoughtful, carefully weighs everything out, considers all the ramifications and the consequences, has a lot of foresight, very far seeing individual, good source of wisdom, feedback, inspiration. Also represents somebody in a position of authority, somebody in a position of authority or power, but in the upright position, he's just. He's a truth seeker. He's very just. He's not quite that very, down to earth, joie de vivre sort of person. He's, a little more upright. He's all about crossing the T's, dotting the I's, paying attention to detail. And this could also represent Pisces, that whatever this new venture is, it's in that, I think for the majority of you, in that material Pentacles energy world. Um, this can also resonate as you're needing to manifest the energy and character traits of the emperor, which is being very thorough, covering, doing all your homework, all your research, making sure all the ducks are lined up in a row, all the paperwork's in order, crossing your T's, dotting your I's, etc. But for others of you, this is somebody that you're going to be either partnering with or somebody that's um, I feel like they're a little more experienced than you are, or they're over you in some way, or maybe for some of you starting a business, they may be a primary investor. But I feel like they're actually offering some tangible help as well. And for some of you, that's going to translate into actual financial, tangible assistance or, tangible resources of some kind, because that emperor is paired with the Six of Pentacles. Now, Pentacles is governed by the element of earth, so it's a suit that's all about things in that earthly, tangible, material environment, things we can see and touch and feel. And most often, this points to things like money, finances, job, property, assets, etc. I think for a lot of you, this is a business venture or a job of some kind, but it could also be real estate as well, property as well. Perhaps it's a business that has to do with property, tangible physical assets. The Six of Pentacles is a card that speaks of the giving and receiving of a gift or the needing to be open to giving more. But I feel especially connected with this Emperor. I feel like a lot of you are actually going to be receiving assistance from this Emperor individual. And I'm getting investment. So for some of you, it's going to be this is somebody who's investing a lot or investing quite strongly in this business venture, whatever this transformational new path, new beginnings are for you. And for some of you, this is not going to be job or career or business venture related. It could be some of you, I'm getting moved. Some of you are moving. This is somebody who's helping you with that, perhaps maybe helping you put a down payment on a house of some kind. But yeah, I feel like you're getting a lot of help, but it's tangible help. Financial help, actual dollars and cents, help in terms of resources, feedback, support, their own experience. Because right next to that, you also have the Ace of Pentacles paired with the Queen of Swords, another card that represents new beginnings in that physical, tangible, material world. But the Ace of Pentacles, out of all four of the aces, the Ace of Pentacles can also represent a tangible gift, a monetary gift, or a gift of very tangible resources of some kind. Aces represent ones, new beginnings, new path, the seeds, the promise and potential of something. The Ace of Pentacles being an initial gift, but one that has the potential to be built into something quite solid, quite rooted, and quite successful because it's in the realm of Pentacles. So job, property, tangible new beginnings. Now remember that aces represent seeds only, so seeds still need to be planted. Taken care of, watered, fertilized, nurtured so that they can grow to their the proper manifestation of what they're intended to be, which is something, Pisces, that you are inherently good at as the Queen of Cups, that energy of the Queen of Cups. You're very good at taking, just like the Empress, at taking those seeds, planting them, and nurturing them and taking care of them so that they can fully manifest to what they're intended to be. And I really feel strongly that this Ace of Pentacles, this new beginning, is coming with a lot of help. Somebody's actually, they may be just giving you the opportunity for a new beginning outright, but it has the potential with that lovely Pentacles Earth energy to grow into something quite solid, quite stable. And again, I feel like for a lot of you, this is representing whatever this transformational new path, new beginning, whether it's new job, new career, a new business venture. I feel for some of you, moving, your environment is changing. It represents, I feel like you've been working at this for quite some time. You've been putting an awful lot into it, and maybe you're not the only one that has as well, but you're getting, it feels like this month, June, the remainder of June, the last 2, 3 weeks of June is where it's really coming together. You're getting the resources, the funds, everything that needs to happen in order for you to move on this. And make sure to be practical and thoughtful about how you take this new beginning, this gift, and also what you've built up yourself and how you build it. You need to be very, you need to consider everything. This is not a time to procrastinate or let a little detail slide or try and cut corners. Remember the energy of that Emperor. Well, this Ace of Pentacles is paired with the Queen of Swords. It's a similar type of energy. It's all about being very clear, very sharp, being impartial, not letting emotions cloud your judgment or make decisions for you. Swords is a suit that's ruled by the element of air. So it's all about that airy world of the cerebral plane. It's all about how we look at things, our thoughts, our words, our ideas, our mental outlook, our perspectives, belief systems. The Queen of Swords, she's reached the mastery of her suit. And her energy is she's a truth seeker. She is all about getting to the heart of the matter, being very direct, cutting away all the extraneous emotions and feelings and finding out what is the truth of the matter. She's all about following the details, clarity, insight, being very very clear thinking and getting right down to business. She's also someone who has, she's been through quite a bit too, and she's learned quite a bit on her road of life. She's a queen now. She has reached the culmination of her suit. So, an honest person, very good person to seek practical advice from. So, I think primarily this is resonating, Pisces, as energy that you need to manifest, particularly in how you utilize whatever resources you've built up and whatever you're being given to help begin this new path, and use them very wisely and very practically. Don't be spontaneous, don't rush off. Make sure that you have all the facts and everything in order, and also that you make sure that wherever you put these resources and the money, make sure it goes exactly where it's intended to go. For some of you, this is going to be more than one person is actually helping you in this venture. For some of you, the Emperor as well as the Queen of Swords individual, which could be an air sign, which is Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. Um, and they may be helping you in advising you or helping you put everything together and make sure everything goes where it needs to go, and that this thing is works out successfully in a very practical step by step sort of way. And as it's paired, this could be somebody that you're partnering with, either love and romance or in a business partnership or another kind of relationship in this new beginning with, particularly if it's a business venture. They could also be the ones also helping you and giving you actual tangible resources for this new beginning, for this thing to start, because she is paired with that Ace of Pentacles. So, however, it resonates for you, and I feel like it's kind of a mixture, a combination of all of those energies for most of you. Now, at or towards the end of June 2016, we have the Ten of Wands paired with the King of Pentacles. So the Ten of Wands, Wands is governed by the element of fire and air. Very dynamic combination. It's all about change, movement, action, power. The suit of Wands is about the that primal manifestation energy that makes things actually happen. It's about taking that idea, and the Wands is about what inspires you to act on it and to actually begin to manifest it. And tens represent the ends of cycles, something coming to an end, something coming to full circle, the culmination of something, which I feel quite strongly this is. Tens represent, Pisces, that you're at the end of June 2016. It feels like everything that you've put into this, all the time, money, effort, worry, stress, everything that's gone into whatever this is, and you'll have to let me know what it is. Whatever this is, you're just about at the tail end of it. Everything's coming together, and I feel like you're at or towards the end of this month. Is this month is kind of about pulling things together so that you can just take off, so that new beginning actually starts, and that air is kind of over it. The 10 represents you're almost there, you're almost at the very end, you're just about there. You can see that this, and to keep going, don't lose your faith. I know it's been a hard journey, it feels like it's been going on for a while, but don't give up. You're just about there. You can see this man is carrying these 10 wands on his back, and it's a heavy burden. He's doing it successfully. He hasn't dropped any of them, or if he has, he's managed to pick them back up and keep going. He's been doing it very successfully, but boy, has it been tough. A lot has gone into this, or you've endured a lot. But the 10 represents that you're at the end. You can see his head up, and I always feel like his destination is right here, that place where you can finally put those wands down, stand up, and take a deep breath, and let this new path, this new beginning begin. You're almost at the end. You're at the very tail end of something, which is what we started with, this death transformation card. And in order for that to happen, this new path, a cycle is ending for you. And it looks like a cycle which you've endured or put an awful lot into, and you're just about there. Keep it up, Pisces. You're doing a great job. You are almost at the finish line. It is in sight. And what is it that we're moving towards? The King of Pentacles, the energy of the King of Pentacles. Again, this could represent another individual that's in there with you, again, partnering or helping you, cheering you along somehow. And if so, that would represent probably somebody whose sun, moon, or rising is in Earth, which is Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo, because it's Pentacles, that lovely Earth energy. The King of Pentacles, somebody else who has reached the master of their suit. This is somebody who In the world of finance, is somebody who is financially comfortable, if not wealthy, very good at navigating that financial world. Not just the financial world, but the material world, the aspects of the material world, the day-to-day maneuvering and navigating, all those things that he's very good at. Very good provider feel about this card. The energy of the King of Pentacles is somebody who's worked really long and hard to build up a good, solid, stable foundation for himself, which is what he's enjoying right now. And he feels like everybody else ought to have the same opportunities that he has too. So this could represent another person in this with you, Pisces, another person who's perhaps a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, somebody very rooted, reliable, dependable, good source of support. I feel like you've really almost got like your own cheerleader team here, but one that's tangibly, visibly helping as well. And it's about moving towards this new beginning, which looks to have the promise of creating a solid, stable foundation for yourself moving into the future, which is where this King of Pentacles is. Perhaps you're at the tail end where you're almost there. This one cycle is ending and another one is beginning. And it looks to be very prosperous and abundant for you playing out into the future. Just don't give up. You are almost there. It is all about these new beginnings, this end of the cycle and the beginning of another one. All this hard work or everything you've endured and suffered is going to be worth it. Um, Moving into these new beginnings, because your crowning card is my favorite card in the entire tarot deck. The Fool. I love the Fool. Major Arcana card. The Fool represents beginnings, the beginning of the beginnings. He is the zero, the very first card in the tarot. The Fool is here to let us know that it's very good to set a destination and have goals and work towards our goals, but not to also forget along the way that the real beauty and lessons and value is in the journey itself, step by step. Don't forget to stop and smell the roses, to recognize and appreciate and embrace all the blessings every step of the way, because that's what the Fool does. He is less goal obsessed and he's more about the journey itself. The Fool is also here to tell us to take a risk, to step outside the comfort zone. Don't go completely off the deep end, because you want to make sure there's water in the pool before you jump, as I like to say. But this is about stepping outside your comfort zone, Pisces, taking a risk. Whatever it is that's wrapping up and new beginnings, it can be sometimes kind of overwhelming and scary. And again, it looks like something you've put an awful lot into, or you've endured a lot to get here. And you're almost there. And the Fool is saying, if there's any risk to be taking, or you're feeling a little uncomfortable or a little overwhelmed about these new beginnings, this new path, this risk that you're taking, do it. It looks like it's going to work out to be really good for you. And again, the strong potential for a good, solid, stable foundation. Not specifically sure. I'm just getting kind of bombarded by energies. Property for some of you, moving or property, new business, new venture. And it feels like there's a few people involved in this, helping you, investing in you somehow. A lot of work. You're almost there. Make sure to be, make sure to don't rush anything. Cover all your bases. Don't cut corners. Pay attention to the details. Be thoughtful. Weigh everything out before you make any major decisions. Trust in the intuition and guidance and the help of the people around you. It looks like it's there for you. Beautiful new beginnings. Enjoy this. Revel in it, Pisces. I think you're going to be in your element this month. Take care and nurture these new beginnings. And have fun with it. It looks like it represents a lot that you've done to get here. So congratulations, and let me know what this new path, this new beginning is, because it looks quite exciting. So, Pisces, I hope that you have enjoyed this reading. I hope it's brought you some wisdom, insight, and clarity, some food for thought, because that's why we do it. Again, if any of you are interested in a more personal, specific reading tailored just for you and your story, please get in touch with me by clicking on the About sign on my channel's homepage, which will give you my contact information. And you can email me directly at Maggie, the number one, McGuire at gmail.com. And I will see you all in a few weeks for the July 2016 general readings. And before then, if I have time, and I hope I do, I may be posting a little business career readings, general readings before the end of the month. So you can look for those. I hope to have enough time to do them. But until I see you again, I wish you, as I always do, Pisces, joy, peace, blessings, and a happy life. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye.